Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody on this fine Saturday? I hope everybody is doing good. If you hear noises outside, they're cutting concrete, so it is kind of loud. So hopefully everybody's doing good today. We're going to be playing with the new ABH Norvina collection. This is the volume 5 palette. I am super duper excited to be playing with this because I have all the other Norvina palettes and I think the quality of them is great. And, you know, like I need any more purples in my life, but guess what? We got more purples. And we have lots of fun things coming up. So let's go and check and see who's in here in the comments. So hi, Stephen. Hi, Tracy. So I'm glad everybody's here today. I mean, I didn't figure today would be a whole lot going on. You know, it is now a holiday weekend. So, it was a holiday weekend. Father's Day counts, but now it's like a bigger holiday weekend because, you know, people, it's like whenever the kids were in school, like I guess probably too when school would end, at least here, which is typically at the end of May, very beginning of June, if the kids made gifts at school for like parents, like they always made Mother's Day gifts because that's during the school year, but they never really made Father's Day gifts. Yes, I got a different waiver and I love how it does. Like I feel like I got a lion mane worth of hair and I love it. So we're going to play because I want to play. So again, this is the Norvina Volume 5 collection. This is what she looks like, and it has how many shades? 25 shades. This one is mainly purple. It's kind of like a jumbo version of the big one. I did have to wait for them to send me another one because my first one came and there were like several shades that were like completely shattered and a couple that were just broken in general. So let's start off by swatching her. But anyways, the Norvina Pro Pigment palettes are really great quality. So this is A1, which definitely is, that is a stark white, isn't it? Then we have A2. Ooh, that's pretty. That's a color that I've seen a lot lately. That is like one of those champagne to pink shifts. Hi, Tori. I'm glad you're able to join us. Then we have A3, which is a shimmery lavender. A4, that's just a nude. I mean, that's almost my skin tone. A5. That's like a nude with more of a mauve undertone. B1, that is a white gold. So you can see that that kind of shifts between white and like a true yellow gold. Then we have B2. This is almost like a wisteria color. I love that shade. It's almost like that perfect mixture between a pink and a purple, which I love anything. Then we have B3, which is like a lavender. Not like a lavender. It is a lavender. B4. This one is a nude, but this one's one of the sequin shadows. So if you look at it, I'm going to see if it'll show it. Yes, you can see that it has glitter particles in that matte. And then last but not least, on the B row is B5, which that is like an eggplant shimmer. Hey, Kara. Yeah, I know. We were just talking over Marco Polo. So there we go. That's the first 10 shades. So I guess we're going to swatch down the arm. Now we have C1. This is a really pretty color. See, that's like that purple with the blue glitter in it. This is C2. That is, I don't know how to describe that. That is almost like a lavender shimmer, but it's really light. It's almost like that. It's a silver purple. C3 is a true purple, but it's like on the brighter side. Then we have C4. That's really pretty. That, again, is one of those rose to gold kind of colors, but it's not as light as the first one. There are so many shades that are kind of similar in this palette. That's the only thing I don't like about the big Pro Pigment palettes. There are some close overlaps, but I mean, I guess I can kind of see why you would need them. So next up is C5. It's okay, Sherry. I'm glad you're here. This is the shade C5. So that is like more of like a purple tone brown. Now we have the shade D1. This is really a pretty color. That is like that's a true copper. That is a really pretty color. Now D2 is the only pressed glitter that I know of in the palette. This is a pressed glitter. At least they only did one with 25 shades. Okay, then we have the shade D3. That's really pretty. That is like a black berry. So you can see when it's this way, it is more of that black shade or charcoal. And then when you go this way, you can see the purple in it. Very, very pretty. Then we have the shade D4. And see, like D4 is almost identical to C3. When you swatch them next to each other, see D4 has a little bit more pink, but like not enough for it to be where they would need both, but it's okay. Then we have D5. I like that shade though. That one's just a little bit darker. I love the deep mattes, Kara. I mean, you know how I am. I want like the depth and the grunginess for a look. So, okay, we're going to swatch on the other arm. So this might be awkward because I'm terrible at swatching on the other arm. This is the shade E1. That is like that almost pale pink that is a true white undertone to it. E2 is like a good true pinky nude. E3 is a color that I'm actually look how shiny that purple is. That's really, really pretty. And purples do go really well with nudes. Now, E4 is like a warm tone nude. It's got quite a bit of orange undertone. And last but certainly not least is the shade E5, which is like the deepest, which again, see if you look at C5 and E5, they're very, very close. So there are some shades that overlap, but it's not that big of a deal. And one of the things I did when I ordered this one directly from the ABH website when they released it. And since it was the first time I had purchased from them, I could use the 15% off. So it made it a little bit cheaper than the 60, which is always nice. But yeah. Anybody pick up any amazing releases this weekend? Notoriously Morbid had a release yesterday. It's all sold out. I got that. Tim Talia and Sydney Grace. I got the deep version of it because I like grungy colors. So I got purple eyeshadow on my chin. I was like, what did I do to my face? Nothing. So let's start to play. I want to do a really fun purple look, I think is the plan for today. But yeah, that always makes me excited. You're okay, Nadia. She walks in and tries not to squeak. So Tracy, yes, I ordered the palette and it came in damaged the first time, but I had ordered a couple of other things. I ordered their foundation again because I have it, but the shade that I have right now is too light and I actually really like their foundation and they had a sale on it. They had 20% off or 25% off of everything else on their website. And then like if I ordered it, I got a free sponge and all this other kind of stuff. So when I got my package in, the palette was damaged. I emailed them with a picture with the receipt, like the order slip, and they shipped me one out the same day, another one. But the one problem that I did notice with ABH's shipping is kind of like what Ulta does. They use these way oversized boxes compared to what they're shipping. So that I think that's more what, because, you know, if it's too much room for stuff to move, it's going to break. So Bubbles, yours came damaged as well. Did you order it from ABH or did you order it from Sephora or Ulta? So I think what we're going to do something pretty in purple to kind of test out some of these. Yeah, so Bubbles, they do have really... So we're going to go into the shade right here, B3. Okay, so your Anastasia foundation's way too dark. Yeah, I had the shade, I mean, I still have it, 320, and I got the shade 355, I think. See, I think it's just the nature of shipping lately. I have gotten so many boxes in that look like they've been like run through a paper shredder. I mean, it's just crazy. That's a pretty color. It doesn't look as dark. So did you order yours, Beauty in the Frizz? Kara, did you order yours from Sephora, Ulta, or actually from ABH? I think you told me you ordered it from Sephora. I could be wrong though. That's a pretty color though. But yeah, I don't know what it is. And it doesn't matter if it's UPS. It doesn't matter if it's FedEx or the Postal Service. A lot of things I have had come in, the boxes look like they have been put through the ringer. But yeah. Normally, like when I got my Kat Von D palette that was damaged from Ulta, since there was only one shade that was damaged, I didn't mind keeping it. But whenever there's a lot of shades damaged, it's like, okay, I need a replacement. It doesn't look that good too. Okay, so that is B3 on the eyes. See how easily that just blended out? I mean, that is, I don't know, y'all. Anastasia has always done me right. I think, Steven, I think they just hate shit like delivering stuff. I mean, but I get so many packages here at the shop every day that aren't makeup too. I mean, every single day we get UPS, FedEx, and USPS at least once a day and sometimes twice a day because we order so much stuff. Okay, so I think what I'm going to go into next is, now I will say that the mirror in here is loose. Like that makes me kind of nervous because I don't know if they didn't, the way that they put it. I don't know. Thank you, baby. I love playing with purples. Okay, so I think I'm going to go into the shade right here, C3. I love purples. I just forget about them. That's so pretty. Look, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Anastasia's formula has, for the most part, I've never really had issues with. So that's kind of what keeps me going back to them. And part of the thing is I love the Norvina line because they're colorful. You know, sometimes whenever you get into big brands, well, I mean, you know this, Tarte, Too Faced, KVD, at least at this point, every palette that's mainstream is maybe a neutral with a pop of color. These are not. There's so much color in these, it's not even funny. And see how just like that just blends out. But yeah. And I'm all about playing with as much color as possible. I can imagine why, Tori, that gray purple is one of your favorite shades. But yeah, playing with, I don't know. I just adore sitting here playing with makeup, y'all. I could sit here and do this all day. I do love that guy. Jeremy just said, he's whispering under his breath. He goes, you too. Like, okay. He encourages the habit. Don't let him fool you. Tarte Sugar Rush. Oh my goodness. I've stayed away from that line because there hasn't been really anything that's intrigued me. And I think isn't that supposed to be made for like kids learning makeup? I could be wrong, but yeah. Re-intensify that. So I think next I'm going to go into the shade D5. Tracy waved at you, Jerem. He's waving back. So D5 is that deepest purple that you can still tell is a bit. Oh yeah, no, Stephen, he is my #1 fan and my biggest enabler. He won't tell me no. He just said, I'm not stupid. And he's actually bad about stuff. Like if we go to Sephora or whatever, because when we go out on like date day or whatever, if we go into Sephora or Ulta and I'm looking at stuff, he'll be like, just get it. Just get it. Even if I'm not going to be. Exactly, Tracy. But yeah. He's like, just get it. Even if it's not something that I was really super interested in. It's like, just try it. Just do it. Okay. But it's okay. I really like how this is coming out. I love the fade of it all. I think the next shade I'm going to go into, I'm going to keep the same brush and I'm going to go into the very deepest shade. We're going to go into E5. But yeah, as I've said 1,000 times before, I'm lucky with Jeremy, but he gets it on the same level of, you know, he likes video games and stuff like that. Now, right now, there's not much coming out because chips and things like that are difficult to get a hold of. But, you know, spending $60 on a game that you're not sure if you're going to love or not. And with video games, a lot of times you can trade them in, but unless they're broken and you've bought them new, you can't just return them if you don't like the game. We have done a collab before, Stephen, and we did where he did my makeup. We do need to do something else, though. I think that would be fun. I really like how this is coming out, though. Would you say?
Thanks, Stephen.
Yes. So Stephen said, Jeremy still said thanks. He's a good sport for it, though. I mean, he really is. He's always been like, if I'm like, hey, let's do this, he just goes along with it. Okay, so we're going to use the NYX glitter glue. I finally used up. Okie dokie, Stephen. But I finally used up the Too Faced glitter glue. And I have so many glitter glues, it's not even funny. That is one thing I need to not buy for a while is glitter eyeshadow primer. I don't need any eyeshadow primers whatsoever. I literally have like 30. I don't have enough eyeball space to use that as quickly as it needs to be used. So I need to not buy any eyeshadow primer for a while. Okay. Well, yeah, and see, Judy, that's one of the problems with these is they are so massive. They could be edited down, but the 9 pans, I own all those too from this line. And as I said, they're really nice. Okay, what color do I want to do? Okay, I think we're going to do C1. I think that was a really pretty, like that bluish purple. Yeah, there is a new Pokemon coming out in November. Which one is that, Jeremy?
It's a remake of an older one, but I don't remember.
He said it's a remake of an older one. We're still trying to get our hands on a PlayStation 5, but they did say the other day that they're going to, things are slowly but surely going back to normal, and they're hoping to ramp up production at the end of the summer between then and Christmas. So hopefully we'll be able to get our hands on one beforehand.
I think Caden already pre-ordered the Pokemon game. I'll probably get it too.
Caden already pre-ordered it. Technically, Tracy said that there's a new content patch for World of Warcraft. He's not okay. Let's talk about World of Warcraft. I am not someone to tell my husband you can or cannot do this. He is not allowed to play World of Warcraft at all. And let me explain to you why. It did suck his life away. So he used to be really into playing WoW, and because he paid monthly for it instead of like paying for the game outright, he felt he needed to play for it. He needed to play it all the time to get his money's worth. So he would literally, when he came home from work, he would play till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, like from 5 o'clock every day. He would play like 8 hours of it. And it got to the point where it really was a problem, like a problem. So it was like, hey, you got to stop. You got to stop. Like, if you're spending more time playing World of Warcraft than you are at work and with your family, there's issues. So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I could care less. Like, because other than WoW, and I guess it may be something to do with WoW, because I know of other, like I've heard of other people who've had that kind of issue where it just kind of sucks you in and it's hard to get out of. Oh, there's a new expansion. Sims, I love The Sims. I don't play it as often as I should, but I do love The Sims. I've had pretty much every expansion and version since the original Sims. And that's another funny story. Okay, so my sister-in-law was the first one who got Sims in our family. And I think she was like 14. She got it for her 14th birthday. Me and Jeremy were together at that point. And they opened the package, all that fun kind of stuff. I love the way the tops of eyes look. But yeah, so they opened the package and installed the disc. And when she tried to play it, she couldn't understand what they were saying. So they thought it was like maybe German or something like that. And they went and brought that game back because it kept doing it like 1,000 times. I'm like over exaggerating, of course, but I mean, they really brought it back at least 10 times. And then I was looking at it because they were like, we can't figure this out. We can't figure this out. I looked at the back of the box and I read the back of the box and it said they speak Somalian. I was like, y'all do realize that it says that they speak Somalian. So, yeah. No, we know. And they felt terrible because I don't think once those games are open, I don't know what they do with them.
They send them back
to repack. I have no idea. Let's see. Val, your ex was obsessed with WoW and probably still plays it. Well, I mean, and like, I don't know if we didn't have kids, and especially at that point, we still had little ones. Because yeah, you haven't played it in probably 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So he hasn't played it in 10 years. So Nadia at that point was like 10. Caden was 8. And then Cameron was 4 or 5. And I was like, but if we didn't have little ones, it wouldn't have bothered me as much as, I cannot raise children on my own. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. That's why I'm married. So you play, but you have limits, 2 scheduled raid nights and a few other random nights where I'll play a few hours. Yeah, I mean, and that's part of the problem. I think that's part of the thing with the game. And, it is what it is. Yes, technically, Tracy, that is their language. It's Somalian. And that's what they call their money and all that fun kind of stuff because they don't speak any language. Oh, so you had Sims 2, between the expansion packs and the base game, still only had seasons. Yeah, no, I had them all. And I think I actually still, like if I go back and look through some of my stuff, I probably still own all of them. All of them. And that's, you got to think about that because I think that came out in like 2000. Well, they're doing a new expansion. Well, I'm sure at some point they will. But they've been around since like 2001. So it's been a long time. So I'm almost finished with the bottle of foundation, y'all. Look at this. This is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting. And it matches my face okay. Not the rest of me. What do you want to play again? Kara, are you wanting to play The Sims or WoW? I can get behind The Sims. Yes, and Empty. I have a few of those. Like the next Empties video I need to film actually has several makeup products in it. It's like, how did I even do that? I know, I was so proud. I was showing Jeremy one of my powders. I hit pan on an Hourglass powder that I've had forever. Because I don't really use it on my channel, but I'll still use it on my face. And I was like, look, that is pan. That is pan on a powder product. Do you know how hard that is for me? It's so random. Oh, yeah. I got back in, like I had stopped playing between Sims 3 and Sims 4. And I don't play as often as I would like to. But honestly, here's my thing with Sims 4. And maybe I'm not, since some of y'all play them too. Like I loved Sims 1 and Sims 2, especially Sims 1, because I loved building houses. That's my favorite thing to do in there. And I feel like that once they introduced like more of the aging features, and I know you can turn it off, it kind of, and it's almost like there's too much to do. And it kind of takes some of the fun away. Like, because you now have like your aspirations and then you have to have, it takes time to build relationships and all that kind of stuff. The only place you've hit pan lately, Tracy, is in the kitchen. I get that. No, I don't. I can't think of the last meal I cooked. Let me see. What did I cook? Hey, what's the last meal I cooked at home, y'all? Or do y'all even remember?
Thanksgiving last year.
No. I think it's spaghetti.
I haven't made spaghetti in like 3 months. I made something. Oh, I baked chicken. I injected some chicken. And no, it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Yeah, I haven't cooked in like 3 or 4 weeks. But it's like I tell the kids, I'm not going to fight to get into the kitchen to do stuff. You're adults. So other than one. That's the nice thing about them being big. It's like, hey, y'all can take care of yourselves now. You suck at building houses. I always loved decorating them. And I don't know how y'all were, but like, especially with Sims 1 and Sims 2, do y'all remember the website 7 Deadly Sims? Where you could get the cool content stuff that was kind of like they had the gothic furniture and who is the designer that did the aliens in Alien, Jeremy?
What?
Who's the designer that did the aliens in Alien? He's an artist. H.G. Geiger. They had like furniture and stuff that was designed off of his, and it was so cool. But I like, thank goodness Jeremy works in IT, because if not, I swear to goodness, like the amount of viruses we would have had is not even funny. Yeah, our HR Geiger. Yeah.
HR Geiger?
Yes.
Oh,
You're right, Tracy. So, Chance Sky Powder. I'm going to hit pan on this soon too. I do love this powder though. And I'm sure once I hit pan on that. See, Tracy, I don't find that stuff disturbing. I'm a weirdo. And I'll admit it. Okay, so I know y'all are used to seeing me as like bright color and all this kind of stuff. I am obsessed with horror movies. That's 9 times out of 10. I'm either watching Disney or horror. And most of the time it's more horror than Disney. Huh? Well, no, I still love Disney. I've done that too before, Tori. But yeah, so as I said, like it's like if they have like goth that is like not pastel goth, but like someone who is like in between, like wanting to be happy goth. Does that even make sense? Is that even a thing? If not, I'm going to coin that. That's my thing. Because it's like, I love the dark and twisted stuff, like nobody's business. But, you know, we all need a little Disney in our life. We all need a little mouse. MC Escher is awesome, Tracy. But as I said, I love the dark and twisted kind of stuff. So that's where I am. So see how good that blur powder makes my skin look. We're going to try to use this. I haven't used this in forever. This is the MAC and Aladdin collab. They did a bronzer and a highlight, but they called it a blush. And this is see, it says powder blush. This is the Wish Is Your Command bronzer. Yes, Tracy. Definitely Beetlejuice, or almost like the Jesus, now I can't think of his name. Who's the director of Beetlejuice, Jeremy? Do you remember?
He also did
Batman. He did Tim Burton.
Tim
There we go.
Burton, yeah.
It took me a second to remember. But yeah, I love Tim Burton stuff. I've always thought he was cool. I haven't wanted to buy the new one just yet, Vale, until they come out, like until I get like at least hit pan on it. Because I have so many powders. Yes, Tracy, Tim Burton. I love Tim Burton. Like, I love the way all of his stuff looks. Actually, is going on better. The problem with this bronzer is a lot of times it always looked orange on me, and I guess because I'm so tan right now, it doesn't. But yeah. But I mean, like in the Vale, what I was saying is like I have probably 20 powders going right now. So I don't need to get any more until I use some of them up. Even if I absolutely love it. Contour my chin a little bit, get rid of that double chin. But yeah, I have gotten so tan, when y'all can kind of see from here. I got tan lines on my elbows from walking with my arms like this, and there's like where the skin overlaps. Those stripes are tan lines. Just, yeah. I noticed that and I was like, how in that even happen? I don't know. So Tracy, you would have the house from Practical Magic. See, if I could pick a house like to live in, like that's, huh? Well, no, it's like from like a movie, like as my complete and utter aesthetic. The Haunted Mansion. The Haunted Mansion, maybe the Tower of Terror.
I would love the Tower of Terror.
Jeremy would love the Tower of Terror. Thank you, Stephen. So this is the Cheek to Chic Swish Pop Blusher in the Climax. This is the Charlotte Tilbury. I call this the booby blush because it looks like a booby, but it's a good blush. So Stephen, I am like 10 shades darker, I think, right now than what I was. But it kind of just depends too, because I don't like, my face is quite a bit lighter still than my body. Like, I don't know if I could actually match my foundation to my body, because I think it would look really, really weird. Oh, you're fine, Kara. Have y'all, exactly, Tori, have y'all seen like when they do the black houses, like the old school where they'll paint everything in at the Victorian houses where they're black, like on the outside? Those are so creepy looking, but cool that I love it. I love it. It's like we always talk about, like if I were born in any other time period, I would have died on the stake because they would have thought that I was a witch. One, I'm too vocal about my opinions on things, and yeah. See, Tracy, I think that would be awesome. Like, so awesome to have that on my street. Around here, if we have anything that's looks kind of creepy, it's typically because it was a drug house. It's abandoned. It was a drug house. No, exactly, Stevens. It would still be a witch. This is, I haven't used this in forever, but I was like, let's use a purple highlight. This is the Ursula highlight from the Villains collection from ColourPop. This is still one of my favorite ColourPop collabs because of the artwork for the packaging. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? You got your Jacqueline blushes. My Rupi got, I don't know if she's gotten hers yet, but I'm wanting to see some reviews. I've still been so iffy about trying Jacqueline's brand, but I'm sure if she comes out with something that is like a eyeshadow palette, I will be all in for it. It's just, I like blushes, but I prefer other things more. You see how that gives that purple, like, I definitely went for blush when it was Mama Pat because I adore her. But I don't know. Isn't that pretty? Love that. These are still so good. And this is the Super Shock formula. So if you like look at it, it presses like that. But this is getting older because I've had this one for years. But it's like that beautiful pinky purple. But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested in trying more from her. I just need to see what she's going to do first, I guess is the best way to say it. It's like, because there's been so many iffy things that it makes me nervous. So I guess I have to see a good track record. But I did buy, oh, that's something I've bought and I forgot that I bought. The Laura Lee Los Angeles, the Cotton Candy Skies that she did in collaboration with her niece. I decided to buy that. That's really cute. As I said, Jeremy bought me all three of the deep shade palettes from Tintalia. So that's going to be coming up. I ordered the Michaela stuff with Glam Light, Notoriously Morbid. What else? There's been so much. I don't know, Steven. If it does look like Dominique's, so there's been, I think, one palette that I've been interested in from Dominique Cosmetics, and that was the one that was the purple and pink kind of palette, but I still haven't tried anything from her brand. Hi, Lisa. You're fine. We're still here. We're just playing. That's what these are about. It's just to sit here and play with makeup. I'm sitting here at work anyway, and I could film a video, but I always like, you know, I think interacting with people is like, I don't know. That's what makes it fun. That's why I like doing lives. I don't want to do them all the time. Like, I don't want to be a channel that does nothing but lives, but I do like to do them every once in a while, just because I don't have the time to do them all the time. Whew. Was it the berries and cream? No, I think it was the lightning one. Was it? Do y'all remember that one? Okay. Brows are on. It's like thunder and lightning. I don't remember. Anyways. Oh, and I noticed, I guess, from being out in the sun. Is it that side? No, is it this side? I like this huge blonde patch. It's like right here. So, Steven, you got sucked into the WoW thing as well. He almost failed his freshman year of college. Jeremy, don't feel bad. This is the ColourPop BFF Gel Cream Eyeliner in Amethyst Hour. Yeah, I think so, Lisa. It was like Celestial Storm or, yeah. I don't remember why I decided not to buy it, but I decided not to buy it. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what it is about WoW that does that to people. But I think, like, you had one where they were like, there were pandas or something. I don't remember. There were so many.
I never got that expansion.
Yeah. He didn't get that expansion. So, I think Under the Eyes, what do I want to try, y'all?
Cataclysm was the last one I got.
Cataclysm? Okay, so I'm going to take and go into D4. And we're going to try that under the eyes. Mist of Pandaria. I think that's how you...
That's the panda one.
Yeah, okay. Jeremy didn't get the panda one. I remember seeing it.
Yeah, it came out in weird effort but playing, and I made fun of you. Or made jokes about playing it.
Because I've always, like, I don't, at this point now, I think he would have a better handle on it. But, you know, back then he did not. You played one with werewolves, Tori? I don't know. Those kind of got a little crazy. And Jeremy tried to get me to play it. But I have really bad issues trying to play any game like that's not turn-based. It's like you kind of have to be a button pusher almost. Because I can't do more than one thing at a time in a video game. Like, I can play Final Fantasy when they're turn-based. That is my favorite game series of all time, Final Fantasy. Except now they don't do the turn-based as much, so I don't love it as this. Oh yeah, this is the Crystal Trinket from Sugar Pill. This is a beautiful gloss. I like their gloss formula a lot. It's slippy. It's not. Oh, yeah, Tracy, I'm not doubting that any of them are good pastimes. I mean, I think that they are amazing pastimes. It's just, I don't know. I think there's some things that suck you in more than others. It's like, for me with TikTok, I can get on pretty much any social media app and be okay. And not have to worry about how it's affecting, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can get off in 20 minutes. But every single time I get on TikTok, I'm on it for at least an hour, if not more. Yeah, Steven, I can get that the game lost its luster. But what am I thinking? I am playing, what's that game that Caden recommended? I'm going to try the C2 as my inner corner. That I started the dragon. You know what game I'm talking about, Steven?
I don't. Dragon Quest?
It was that game you saw me play in, that you played too.
I don't remember.
I was talking to Steven. I do have amazing self-control, Steven, other than TikTok. And makeup. But I don't have to have self-control with makeup. One, it's part of my job. Tracy, and that is a hard thing now with kids with screen time. So, like, with Cameron, I set screen time limits for him. So there are certain times he can't get on it. The school year is more, he gets less screen time during the school year than he does when it's not the school year. Well, duh. So I set screen time limits. And I also try to make sure, like, whenever I go and do like my walks or whatever, I get Nadia to go with me, or I'll get Cameron to go. One, it's outside exercise. Two, Caden doesn't ever want to do that kind of thing with me. But it really does kind of help where you can sit there and talk and communicate and get to know your kids more. And Cameron, my youngest, is probably the one with the best people skills out of all three of my kids, because like we've had this shop since he was in 4th grade. So he's helped with customers and stuff since then. It really helps to kind of teach him customer service skills, because like whenever we've hired employees and stuff, especially teenagers, a lot of kids don't have social skills anymore to be able to deal with people.
You're not working customer service.
You always end up watching stupid stuff like opening SpongeBob Pop. Okay, so on TikTok, where I get sucked in is I get all the political and like gay pride stuff, and there's some good information out there that you can find on TikTok, which is kind of funny. So I get all that kind of stuff on there. And all the animal TikToks. I get the animal TikToks a lot too. Like the guy that tells you the weird facts about all the animals. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah. And then I get the thirst traps, but I think everybody gets the thirst traps. I don't know of anybody who doesn't get the thirst traps.
I don't know.
You see them on mine. I get both lesbian TikTok and straight TikTok thirst traps. So
It's funny, I get more lesbian TikToks than anything else.
I wonder why.
Say what?
I said, I wonder why. But yeah, no, I get it, Stephen. And sometimes that's what you have to do, you know. And I was talking to Nadia about that when we did our walk earlier, you know, that since she has started working on keeping herself more organized, that the more you do it and you get in the habits of doing it, it helps. And then you don't have to like set limits and stuff for yourself. And part of the thing is like, I've always had to do it. Hank Green. I don't know. It's the guy he's like, one day he was talking about, I think the last time I saw him, he was talking about what all the names of the different groups of animals were. Yeah, the murder, the kindness of, I don't remember. So, this is the final look. What do y'all think? That's funny, Tori. So, this is the completed look. What do you think? Now, I am going to still do a full review on this palette, guys. I just wanted to kind of play with it today. I like this a whole lot. I like the shades of purple in here. You can see that it blended like a dream. Lisa, I actually have naturally wavy hair, but I used a waver on my hair today. Well, I use it on, or I do something with it every day because I wash it every day. If I'm outside and I get sweaty, I cannot stand to get dirty hair, like in the least little bit. So I wash it every day. And trying to keep curls whenever, or like to build your natural wave. Like the other day, well, I don't think the video will be up yet, but the other day I fixed my hair with the natural waves. But yeah, it's kind of a pain to do whenever when your hair is not dirty, if that makes sense. Like fixing your hair, I don't know why. It's always easier if your hair is dirty, but I can't stand for my hair to be dirty. But yeah, so far the palette is wonderful. The colors that I used, which I used quite a few colors, I think. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 20 ain't bad. Or yeah, 7 out of 20. I like this. I like the way that it looks. I think it came out beautiful. So there we are. But I guess that's it. Remember, we'll do another one of these next Saturday. I do these every Saturday. Just kind of a fun way to play. And we have magpies next week too. The glitter that's in it, Stephen, since there's only one, isn't bad. you know, we could take and just tap. Let's see what happens. So I've got the pressed glitter. That stuck to the lashes more than it did my lid. Oh, that's pretty. I mean, I'm not getting a lot of glitter fall out from it either. I need a brush for this though, I think. Let's grab a brush. You use dry shampoo before curling. I've always been weary of that, Lisa, because my niece did that and like tried to flat iron her hair and like fried a whole piece of her hair. So, okay. So the glitter that's in here is really pretty. It doesn't have a lot of fallout. See? So I've always been hesitant about that. Like I'm really weird about putting product in my hair. I don't use a whole lot of hair product other than dry shampoo and like a heat protectant. I don't really use anything in my hair. But yeah, this is the completed look. I think it's beautiful. I love the quality of the palette. Yeah, see, the mini one does have 2 glitters in it. This one only has 1, but the quality of their glitters isn't bad. And this has a beautiful, beautiful color story. So, but the cherry one, yeah, kind of was a disappointment because of it, but I still like the color story of it. So this is it. But I guess that's it for today. I will see y'all next Saturday, 2 p.m. And then we will be doing Magpies on the 27th on Rupee's channel. So, which will be at 2 p.m. as well. But I guess that's it. We'll see y'all later. Bye.